Are you looking to get into investing but don't know where to start? One option could be to focus on a specific sector. But which sector should you choose? Yahoo Finance contributor Ross Mack joins us now to help and share some of his top ideas. Hey, Ross, how you doing?
Doing phenomenal, Brad. Thanks so much for having me. I think, when a person is thinking about investing and actually going into a specific sector, one, I always want you to own all the sectors, and that's going to start, with an ETF. But if you're saying, okay, my next step is I own the overall sector, now I want to get some alpha, I want to go into a particular sector, I think you always want to start off with what you know, right? What products am I consuming and using on a daily basis? That can be, just your household consumer staples. That can be healthcare. Another thing I want you to do is actually identify trends. Those trends could be technological, economic. I think we all have heard, what is everybody talking about? What's the way of the future? That might be artificial intelligence. Then another thing you got to understand is, right, what's the cyclicality of that sector, right? What's the demand? What's the elasticity of that, right? If you're thinking about consumer discretionary, ask yourself, when we see inflation or if there's a recession, are people actually going to still be buying these luxury items? Another thing to think about is when we're talking about the way of the future, right? Are there any kind of political or regulatory shifts? I think we've all have heard, how big electric vehicles are, but now you're saying, hey, some states, some countries might be outlawing combustible gas engine cars by the year 2030 or year 2035 or so. So maybe, you can look at it from that way. Another thing, obviously, is just risk assessment. You obviously want to get a sense of just how volatile these particular sectors might be. Well, now, if we were to give you an example, right, say we were to look at, and I think the hottest sector on the planet right now is semiconductors, right? So you've been hearing, okay, I don't know what NVIDIA is, but I'm hearing about semiconductors exactly. So what do? I think Google is always going to be your best friend, right? So what I would first do is Google, what are semiconductors? Next, I would say, and a keyword with Google is outlook or forecast. So the very next thing I would do is say, on Google, semiconductor outlook. Now you're going to want to read up on it, right? You want to see some reputable names on Wall Street or consulting, right? You might see, and I Googled it today just to see what will pop up. There's going to be a Deloitte 2024 outlook. I would definitely read that. The next thing, especially when it comes to, actually investing in the sector, is you want to see what ETFs are actually owning this, right? And so I would literally Google semiconductor ETFs. Then I would literally look at the top 10 holdings. This is always going to be your best friend because you're going to get a sense of just how many people that I deem smarter than all of us, meaning, right, people that this is their daily job, right? You want to see, okay, is BlackRock owning this? Is Fidelity owning that? And then the next thing, right, let's see what that top name is. Maybe it is NVIDIA. Then you want to go to Yahoo Finance. It literally has some of the best technology when it's all said and done. And actually look at what NVIDIA is, look at the charts, look at the financials. You want to get a sense of, year over year, are they growing? And then obviously just put on your Google alerts and you just want to continue to become consumed in it, right? I think we're conditioned in this society to follow our favorite celebrities and our favorite companies. Now, utilize Google for the same exact reason. Utilize Yahoo Finance to really take a deep dive and understand how this company is going to continue to innovate. And that should actually give you some good advice when you're moving forward to investing in a sector.
All right. Somebody must have shown you the Google alerts that I have set up. Ross, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Oh, man. Take care.